So those are all of the top stories that we're tracking at this point in time. For the markets, the mid-cap index is really flitting between red and green. So the mid-cap index is now down around 0.2%. The intraday chart will tell you about the zigzag moves that you can see for the broader markets, but nothing really to write home about. Maybe there is a worsening which has taken place in the advanced decline ratio. Just an hour back, it stood at around 1:1. So it has worsened to around 1,750 stocks advancing to around over 1,900 stocks declining at this point in time. But let's talk about a couple of companies then. India Pesticides is one company which is in focus. The company has commissioned its first phase of the backward integration for Petri Kalor Technical with 2,000 tons per annum capacity in the first quarter. To discuss the demand outlook, inflationary pressures, we have with us Dheeraj Kumar Jain, the CEO of India Pesticides, joining in now. Mr. Jain, hi. Thank you very much for taking the time out. If you could just go through this capacity expansion that you've undertaken, I would assume for one of your key products within the pesticide space. Tell us what this means for business because of the kind of demand you might be servicing currently.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all. We have recently undertaken the expansion of one of our herbicides backward integration. The intermediate was largely being imported into India. So taking a clue from there, we have recently commissioned this plant of 2,000 tons per annum capacity. And we see that we should be able to utilize this capacity fully. And there is a great demand of this product in India. It is a very important rice herbicide. And the total demand in India must be almost about 8 to 10,000 tons. So we are catering, we are planning to increase this capacity also by next year, taking the experience from this present plant.
How soon do you think you will be able to achieve full capacity, 100% capacity utilization? And what is the full revenue potential of this 2,000 tons?
The 2,000 tons, the revenue potential is almost about 90 to 100 crores, madam.
Okay. Okay, and how soon, sir, do you think you will be able to achieve full capacity utilization?
Full capacity utilization, we should be able to achieve in coming 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4.
Okay.
We are already commissioned, the plant is running in good condition. And because presently the season for rice is slightly low, but as it catches up by December, January, we will be achieving the full capacity.
Okay. Have your exports taken a hit globally simply because of the kind of situation we are facing in Europe with the gas supply issue, fears of recession in the US? Has that impacted contracts globally?
No, we have long-term contracts globally with major companies around the world. And we are able to, we don't get, up till now, there is no problem on us for any supply constraints. We are getting reasonably good orders from all the customers. And Europe situation slightly, it is getting, the situation there is dry now. So there could be a little bit of problem, but we don't think we will be getting affected on that count.
What were the exports in FY22 and what do you think your exports will be in FY23?
Our export will be, madam, almost about 50% of our total revenue. And that would be again in the range of almost 250 to 300 crores.
Okay, so you expect your exports to be around 250 to 300 crores. But margins have been a problem for most companies within this space, and that was clearly an issue for you in the quarter gone by. It came down to around 26, 27% versus say over 33% same time last year. So tell us how exactly is this situation panning out when it comes to input costs for you, and what is your margin guidance? Even a range will do.
Yeah, madam, actually what is happening, the raw material prices, they have been changing a lot. There has been various reasons for this. And though we are able to pass on to our customers the raw material cost, but the other manufacturing cost, because of the high inflation and especially increase in the energy cost, that needs to be passed on. So that's why there was slightly reduction in the margin. But we expect a margin of about 25 to 27%, rather 26 to 28% range margin would be there.
So similar to what we had in Q1. So margin should sustain at the current level. You also spoke about expanding your capacity next year. So currently, I think you've commissioned 2,000 tons per annum, but you're contemplating a further expansion. Could you give us details?
Yeah, actually our capacity last year was 19,500 metric tons of technical. We have expanded this capacity to 21,500 by the end of March 22. And then again we added 2,000 tons recently with our backward integration. That's what we already told. And we would be increasing the capacity by another 4,000 tons by March 23. By adding one more intermediate, which is again largely imported. And apart from this, we have already bought under our subsidiary, 100% subsidiary, a piece of land near Kanpur of about 25 acres. There we are going to expand the further project work. And we have already applied for the environmental clearance for that, and we expect that maybe in a month or two, we should be able to get the environmental clearance, and we will start working there, and we would be doing a capex of about 100 to 125 crores for the next 4 years.
Okay. Just quickly then, in terms of revenue, if you just extrapolate how you did in Q1 and based on your growth that you've seen, say, FY22 versus FY21, you're probably online or on track to do 800 crores in terms of revenue?
Madam, revenue, it will be, last year we did 729 crores. And this year we would be expanding at least by 25%. And the coming 3 to 4 years also we see a growth of almost 20 to 25% range.
Mr. Kumar, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. That's India Pesticides guiding for a 20-25% revenue growth this year.